Okay, I just ran into a serious problem in my head. It has nothing to do with my bulletin. That bulletin was correctly placed. And yeah, every time I try to reach my hand out and, you know, settle a piece of some kind, someone else is coming in and telling me that's not a good idea. That would be the wrong path. And so it seems. And you know what I'm talking about. But look at this picture here. We got a pyramid here. I've shown you this pyramid in some of my videos where I cut this off and I mirrored this so you could see what it all says. They shall die, they shall live, thou shall be free. That's what it says. Okay, but I haven't been on that bird page for a very long time, so I went back yesterday just to take a look at it, and now it looks like this. Okay, this is different. Well, to begin with, the first time I was there, I clicked up here in the top and another window opens. And guess what? We have NASA. How can that be? And just to make it obvious that that should be the case, we type in this. Let's go there. Ta-da! Just to begin with, I'm not saying anything of this is true. I'm not doing any conclusions because I don't really know yet how much this cover of truth, or just is it a distraction? Who knows? But let's open this one first. We do that. No, we open it a window. I'll make it easier. Let's see what's here. Ouch! What the heck is that? That looks like a blue beam thing. You see that? That's a freaking TV screen. You see it? Wow, interesting, don't you think? There's a lot of talk about Project Blue Beam. Okay, what happened here? Try to close the window. Shut down. Thank you. Okay, that was the EO-1 spacecraft in orbit. And now, what's this? How about that? Bring it on, Project Bluebeam. Constellation of satellites to project images to fool the masses. Look at that. Have you ever seen a picture like this before? I have not. This is very, very interesting. One is called Aura, and one is called Terra, Aqua, Source, Grace, Calypso, Cloud Dust. EO-1 is here. You see that? That's the EO-1. That one is Landsat, ArmySat, QuickSat, Jason, and another Jason satellite. But that's just some of it. I actually also found something else. The funny thing is I can't scroll on the page at all. It only shows a little plug of something. So I think this is a back door. It seems like a back door. And let's take an image of the moon here. Look at this. This is very interesting. Here you see moon bases, and here you see the real Hasselblad without any of the crosshairs gone. They are all there. All the Hasselblad crosshairs are there. When you watch the former Apollo 11 images, you see the crosshairs are missing. the crosshairs will always be in the foreground because they are inside the camera. They are determining distance between. This is how the Hasselblad works for the astronauts. But this is a base. Count on it. This is a base again. That is a base. Count on it. There's no question about it. I'm not even discussing it. I know what I'm looking at. Been through 5,000 pictures of the moon. I know shit from cinema now. That's for sure. And this is bases. And again we see these perfect craters. No erosion or anything. Just, that's amazing. So let's go back and see. What do we have here? We have a picture of, let me see what that is. It might go and get a little lengthy this, because I was through it yesterday for an hour and a half. I really wanted to look at what the heck can all this stuff be, what is this all about. Why do they have this page? Why is so interesting space for the Illuminati? And there were some extra pages here I was seeing yesterday which were really interesting. Mercury from Messenger. Now watch this. Mercury, I have heard, had disappeared. Huh. Well, I don't know. Could be. But this is the largest I can get it. And again here, we see the same type of craters. Identical to the same ones on the moon. We got a crater up here and a crater there, and see again they're interconnected with each other. Just like I've showed you on the moon, I've showed you that in pictures, I have showed you that alive. Live recording, I've showed you that. Again, look at these white dots. It looks like there is lights on. You see that? Just like the moon. And look, it has a shadow here, right? And then we get another picture in a little while. Let me see, this is Mercury from the same space probe. Oh, that was a slip up, sorry. I think it's coming over here in a moment. Something about Venus. And we have pictures of the dark side of the asteroid Vesta. It's a very tiny one. And I don't really get it, because look at this. Again we have these perfect craters. And we can see there is structure in it. It reminds me of Phobos. It got the same type of lines and they're all following the exact same direction. And there is really no difference between those and those I see on the moon. And we just saw on Mercury. Well, on Venus we cannot see anything. And I think that comes on the next page, or maybe it is page 6 I was on. Yeah, Venus climate orbiter. And here we got Venus in a completely different angle. What the heck? How come the shadow is there now? I don't really get that. And apparently when I look at this picture, to me it doesn't look like Venus is some toxic sulfur enriched planet. No, this looks like clouds. Just like clouds we see on planet Earth. I don't know. There's definitely something going on in space we should know much more about. Well, we are of course not being told. And we got a new solar space probe being sent up, looking like that. They have a very keen interest in the sun, I tell you. I'll come back to that in a moment. And here we got asteroids compared to each other. These three asteroids here, all three of them are ELEs. Even the small one there is an ELE if it hits Earth. It would be devastating. So imagine that one. This is a global killer. This is an ELE. Few will survive it. This one I think will be the same as, yeah, you know, the movie Deep Impact. A global killer. So that was as far as I went yesterday with all this stuff. Actually, I went to page 6 and then I went to bed. I got tired. And we got dawn approaches Vesta. Well, that's the little tiny picture. Pretty useless to look at. So let's go away from that. And then we got this one. We got something about DNA, helix and galaxy, colorized spacecraft of active planets. Well, let's go look at that. See, this is what I told you the other day, and that is everything is electric. Our universe is electric. You see, it's a vortex. This is a vortex. And this is a vortex too. Going into, I don't know what it is. Maybe this is a cell. But everything is electric. And you need to be aware of HARP technology. HARP is dangerous. But HARP is not what is being told it is of use at all times. I'm more in the belief that CERN has something to do with the earthquakes too. Maybe they work together. And this is Titan, which has storms. How come there are storms out there? See, we got a vortex here again. And what creates storms? Atmosphere, wind, pressure, high pressure, low pressure, colliding, creating storms. So our universe, or our inner solar system, is it really that lifeless as they say it is? This is another asteroid, big one. But this is as far as I got yesterday on this NASA page. Well, let's step inside instead. Here you got a German version, and here you got an English version, and everything is mirrored, so you can't read directly what it is. But it says, never mind, it says something about what speaks with one tongue and crawl in the morning and walk in the afternoon and walk on 3 legs in evening. And it took me a while to figure that one out. But I found out finally what it meant. So I'm gonna put that in, what it meant. That's the answer you see there. Now we get inside. Ta-da. Okay. What the heck is that? This is new. This I have never seen before. The first picture I showed you, this one, that was the picture I saw when I got in. Nothing else. It didn't rotate, it didn't get a shield over it. And when you look at this, go in and go out again, click. This freaking reminds me of the movie Stargate. The transforming pyramid. that sits on top of a pyramid, it lands on top of. You see? It changes. But there's a lot of places you can go in here and look. But what really brought my brain to a standstill today, and I didn't know up and down, honestly. Let's see if you get inside here now. We should. You see, everything is in reverse. And if you go down here, you see this planet-like thing, right? This big planet-like thing. Let's see if you can get it out. But see now, more are showing up. They are mirrored to each other. It is the same image. Don't worry about it. But this, look closely on this. Very close. And now look very, very close on this one too. This is a YouTube video where there's a picture from Soho from the 21st of March 2011. And what the hell? Okay. What the hell is that? What the fuck is that? Sorry my language, but what is this? This picture only shows once in that long sequence. And what is all that noise on the out here in this picture, in this frame? What is all that noise? And what is this object? I know the Soho could be very manufactured, it could be very fake, what we see. Or it could actually be the truth shown right in our faces. Because the truth, well, no one wants to hear it, no one wants to believe the truth. They're more satisfied with being told a lie. So let's go back again to where it should be. And that's there. And here there is different nationality languages this is written in. And here we got something called Tabula, something Smaragdina. I speak not fiction, but what is certain and most true. What is below is like which is above. That is, which is above is like what which is below, for performing the miracle of one thing. And all as things are produced from one by the meditation one, so all things produce from this one thing by adaptation. I don't know where this comes from, but you can read it yourself. It is Father. Its father is the sun, its mother was the moon. The wind carried it in its belly, its nurse is the earth. It is the cause of all perfection throughout the whole world. Its power is perfect, it will be changed into the earth, separate from the earth, from the fire. The subtle of the gross grows gently and with judgment. It is sent from the earth to heaven and descend again to earth. Thus you will possess the glory of the whole world, and all obscurity will fly away. I don't know what this is about, but let's go out again, because I have something else that really leans up against the creation. Maybe it was there I saw it. Nope. Here's something coming up. And here we got the Book of Dead, the entire book. All of it. Let me see, is it here? Nope. here? Nope. Let's take it there then. See, here is in opposite, upside down. I can't read what it says here, so I guess I have to go and get English. Oh, okay, just the same. But I saw something. Oh, what annoys me with this Camtasia recording is the mouse is flickering all the time. It is very confusing. But if I go up here and click on that one, I'm getting to another spot here. But that's not the most interesting thing in it. What is very interesting now is this page, which is on Yahoo. It is Yahoo Groups, which is having this page up. They got a lot of followers. I'm not a follower. But I remember these. This one belongs to our magnetosphere. It got data from our magnetosphere all the way back to 2006. Yeah, you heard me. 2006 is where it ends. That is a lot of recording. That is a lot of data. This must mean a lot to them. A lot. See how much there is. And let's just roll it from today. Just from today. See what it says. Well, we can wait on it. Well, I was saying something about that there has been 8 or 9 earthquake in Colorado and 11 in Virginia. Well, here you got the proof of that. If USGS haven't put that one up for you, then I'll put it up for you and show you. Here you got a map of North America. Let's just start out with this one in Colorado. Let's get there. And let's click on it once more so we get a close-up on it. You see, there was not just one earthquake here. All these squares represent earthquakes. I have tried the best to count them. When I zoom in on them, it tends to go too far. You see, there's a lot of earthquakes going on here. There's actually more than 8. Out. That's the first time I was so lucky getting that close without losing it. So you see, it was not just one earthquake. There was a lot. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh gosh. This is not a minor incident. Something took place here. And it seemed like that, what is it, Dr. Deagle, he's talking about that there was actually a nuclear detonation, and that was what I told you about, but I was very wary about that one because it came from this dude called Sarkophal, and he is known to be a complete liar. So be careful if you read anything that says some documents circulating in Kremlin today. If you see a headline of the first sentence saying something like that, it's from him. And then you need to take it with a pinch of salt. A very, very decisive pinch of salt, because he is known to be a liar. And I don't like liars. But nevertheless, he talked about a nuclear detonation in the subterranean. And Dr. Deagle is talking about the same too. That there was nuclear detonation in Colorado and in Virginia. So let's jump to Virginia. Now we're talking about it. Let's go back again. Okay, let's go over to Virginia. Ta-da! And let's zoom in. See if we succeed in that. Yeah, We did, and you see here again, we got a lot of earthquakes here, right? So there was a 5.8 or 5.9 earthquake in Virginia. A 5.3 in Colorado was a 5.4. But they don't talk about more earthquakes, does they? No. That was this one, and that was all. So there's your proof. Something took place. Much more than just one earthquake. Lots of earthquake. No pre-tremors. Sudden earthquake. And surprisingly, non-existent aftershocks. Which kind of collaborate with Sarkophagus document that it was nuclear detonations down in the tunnels, and also what Dr. Deagle says. Because what happens after an earthquake, that is, we always have aftershocks, and there's surprisingly no one. So let's just go away from that again. That was what people wanted to see. I showed you that now, and that came from in here, from this page. And then I click again here, they have a keen interest in our sun. It's all about our sun. What is so interesting about this sun? Is it because they are monitoring the sun just in case, just in case that this turns out to be what it looks like? And if this is what it looks like, just shown you, pretty much from there. See if I zoom out again. Can I do that? Yeah. See, I can zoom out. I don't know why it splits up like that. Why there's 3 of them, I can't explain that. These are non-functional in any way. And then go back again, look at this. They look too much alike. They just look too much alike. But if you go to this picture here, this picture has changed. Here we have a picture of something that reminds of Earth. But this is a slightly different type of Earth. There's no question about that. These don't look like anything I've seen before. So is this Earth after a pole shift? Or is it really that planet that has been hiding behind the sun for the last 3,600 years? I know it sounds contradicting to what I said is all aligned, but what the heck? There's only one frame of this. I'm not concluding and saying this is a planet. I'm not. The YouTuber here does. I don't. But I don't like that similarity there is here. Not at all. It is for me like looking at the moon. I see all the craters identical to each other. And this one kind of looking identical, doesn't it? It's a bit frightening. I'm not sure I like that too much, but whatever. If something comes in, it comes in. It's just amazing. What more is here? Click on that one. Does anything happen? Oh, here we got something in German. I'm not interested in sitting and... Oh, now it finally downloaded it so we can see what it's about. That is for those who haven't seen this before. No, we don't want to film that actually. Or does it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. The BSR recorder I used did not work. I couldn't record this. I'm pretty sure this one don't work either. It's probably just purple, as you saw there. Sorry to waste your time on that one. But at some point, oh, where was that? Yeah, if I go out again, here, no, I have to go out to there and out again. See, something is showing up here. See that? Like planets. What is that? This looks like Jupiter. Kinda. And then we have something here. Let's press on that and see what that is. Oh. This is here we put in codes. An encoded message. What do we have here? This is a fortune teller. This is real hocus pocus, right? And what do we have here? Generate insight. Find your quote. I'm not interested in finding a quote. I don't care. What is this? Convert binary to decimal. And you can do it the opposite way. And here we got a planet, and over here we got this one, and this is of course the same, that's just the German side. And here we got a magic square where we can put them all in order if you're bored. And up here we got all these planets sitting. Nothing here on this level, nothing here on that level. But now we get in. This is NASA, where we just were. I cannot tell you what this is. It will require a lot of research to find out what the heck is all this about. But let's go inside again. If you decide to go in here and look, it is important you don't click enter, then you will just return to where you were. You have to press that with your cursor, like that, or else you won't get in. And this is brand new, not seen that before. It's got a forum here where you have a chat box, where you can go in and chat with those that worship this stuff. Emery and Oglethorpe are coming. I don't know what this is. See, something is saying here. I don't know what language that is. But there's a planet again behind. What planet is it? Because it freaking don't look like Earth. And from the prophecies I have been reading, there should only be 1/3 of the landmass left on to live on. But if you look at this, it looks like we got more landmass than we got ocean. But that doesn't really fit, does it? And if you go in on stereo here, and we go to Science Center, we go to browse data and we type in we type in 2000. Oh, it's already there. No, that's 2011, and it was 03/21. Enter. And we get to here, and then we go down here to this so-called, and this mouse is teasing me. Go down to that one, because this is here. It's taken in the highest resolution as possible. And put on thumbnails so we can see which picture we are searching. And let's scroll down. There it is. Right there. 3:29:01 UT time. There it is. It's only there on one frame. The frames are no longer than, yeah, they're 40 minutes apart, as you see. So I'm still, even though I see something that looks so similar, yet I find it's hard to believe that this is a planet, because look at the size of it and look at the time frames of these pictures taken. They are 40 minutes apart. That means this planet here in 40 minutes have to be out of the picture, right? Very fast. In 40 minutes it's in the picture and then it's gone. There's absolutely nothing all the way down. Nothing. So I cannot tell you what this is. And that's why we need discernment here. This is very important, because we only got one frame of this. NASA hasn't done anything to wipe this one out, put something else in. They could have done that easily. They wouldn't even have to airbrush this one. They would just take it out as a failed picture. You wouldn't notice. You just think, oh, okay, technical error. And yet, this is what I can't stop thinking about. What the heck is that? What is that? What does it mean? I have no clue. And this was the forum to talk in. And actually there's a galaxy floating around out here. It's minus is one. There it is. That one also gives you access to the chat room again. No, that is that. Ah, that is the pi code. The phi code. The optimum. That was the one I posted a bulletin about, and I read about it and I understand it. Even though I don't understand it fully, but it means something. So it's not a code where they're trying to hide something in. What do we have here? We don't have anything. There we got something. See where we end up. This is German. I care not to read German. Let's go on the left side. See if it's in English. Yeah, this is the one I was talking about. That is so very similar when it comes to Genesis and the creation. From the time before the Incas reached the domination of their kingdoms, the Red Indians tell following story. Throughout a long period of time, mankind was not seeing the sun. Many supplications and proclamations were pointed to the gods, in which they were implored to bring back the vanishing light. As it arose from the island of Titicaca, which is located at the Great Lake in the province of Kola, the sun in its quintessential magnificence, and all were full of pleasure. And then, so they said, a white man of great figure appeared. Those look out, and being called forth highest enchantment. And this man had preternatural powers. Then he made mountains to plains, and plains to high mountains, and he allowed fountains to arise from the elevated rocks, springs. When they saw his power, they called him Creator, and beginning of all things, and Father of the sun. Except these wonder acts, so it is delivered, he performed even greater. He invoked animals and men into existence. To say in one word, out from his hand were coming great benefications. You say one word, that's the same in the creation, and that is God spoke, and he was there instantaneously. And I explained that to you with the granite, our bedrock granite. It has an isotope which is radioactive called polonium. That polonium has a halvation time which is below 1/1,000,000th of a second, meaning in order for this polonium to exist inside the Earth's crust, in the granite had to be formed instantaneously, not over billions of years as the scientists are lying to you about. That's not true. Instantaneously, in a millionth of a second, meaning let there be rock or firmament, boom, done, there, solid rock, the hardest rock to man. And you can go backtrack that if you don't believe me. Look up polonium, look up halvation time. Polonium is a radioactive isotope which is found throughout all granite on planet Earth, and it cannot be present inside that rock in deep mountains. Without that, mountains was like that, instantly formed. Ouch. You see, that destroys the evolution theory completely. Just that little fact here destroys it completely. I have on my front page right now a dinosaur footprint with a human footprint, which shows they lived together. The dinosaurs, let me just take an example as the Tyrannosaurus rex. It is being by the paleontologists called a predator. It is not a predator. It has not arms to grab its prey at all. Know what it is? It is a creature that can stand on its back legs, and with its short, not strong arms, it can pull down the branches and with its mouth scrape off the leaves. And if you look closely on the Tyrannosaurus rex teeth, they show evidence that this creature, this dinosaur, was a vegetarian and not a predator. It scraped off the leaves. The big dinosaurs back then was used by humans to keep down the forest, because a forest will always win over nature. If we stop mowing lawns, stop doing anything, the trees will take over. That's how it is. So the largest dinosaurs, those with 120 feet necks, they kept down the trees, and the smaller ones kept down the low vegetation, and therefore made it easier for the humans in the region to have living quarters. They were their herd. They lived side by side. They were not enemies. It was after the fall, it was after the flood, that God put enmity between man and animal. So now animals fear us because, men are not nice. We act stupidly, right? So that's just a little part of that. And here you see, to say it in one word, out of his hand were coming great benefications, meaning everything he said made something come true. So if he said, let there be a lion, there was a lion. An elephant, there was an elephant. So on, so on, so on. And then we come to something which is so contradicting to what the Illuminati is running around doing with the Freemasons. Let me say something. It is only 1% of the Freemasons who is wicked. The rest have no idea what's going on inside those circles. They just think they are Freemasons. That's fine. That's fine. They are without guilt. They are innocent because they are not in that circle where we are talking about being mean to other people. And talking about being mean to other people, here it says, it says that he taught mankind how to live, and that he was gently and affectionately speaking with them and ordering them to be good, not to inflict mischief and not to damage anybody, but to love each other and to be merciful with everyone. Mostly, they called him Tiki Barikaka in the province Kola. His name was Tiapaka in other parts of the country, Anuan. Esteem amongst mankind between the dead and the living, and concerning to the nature. You see, these Illuminatis and those in that inner circle of the Freemasons, they have flipped everything upside down of what they are really supposed to do. Because if they are Illuminati and they are bringing this one into their sight, that this is what they believe in, this creation, why is it they are evil then? Why is it they want to harm us? I don't get that. Well, it gotta be Satan again. But what was it here? But to love each other and be merciful with everyone. That was exactly what Jesus taught you. Love and mercy. And the 10 Commandments, well, it's a guideline. There's no one forcing you to live by them. But they make perfect sense. If you want to live in harmony, that makes perfect sense to live by those. And live by love and mercy. So I don't understand why this one is in here when we know what they're running around doing. I just showed you the blue beam constellation. They have a plan up their sleeve. You can count on it. It's ready. Question is, when are they going to pull it off? Maybe this fall it will come. I don't know. But it is profound how close this little description actually is to the Genesis in that little article there. To say it with one word, out of his hand were coming great benefications, for everything he said was there. Created, it says. Then he evoked animals and men into existence. It is just like the Genesis. And yet, those greedy bastards is running around wanting to kill us. What does it say? To love each other and to be merciful with everyone. They totally misunderstood that concept. And that brings it back to my thought about Jesus says to his Father, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they are doing." No, they don't. None of them do. They are so blinded by greed and power and glory. They don't see their own demise coming. They are clueless. Even Satan himself don't know his time is short because God has blinded him. And Satan is so prideful that he will never see it. He thinks he's going to pull it off. He don't know he's going to lose. He's blind. Like so many people on this planet are blind. And those who are blind will lose. There is no room for blindness now. It is now your eyes need to be peeled to the sky and to what's going on here on earth. If we relate to the Bible, when Jesus says that there will be earthquakes in various places, he is not saying why. Why are there earthquakes in various places? But he does say one thing, which is giving a very clear clue of what's going on and what will come. And that is, he's saying that it will be as the days of Noah, so shall it be in the coming of the Son of Man. Meaning, they are coming back. They're coming for a second run. And they will take over for a while. But they will lose. So if we can somehow awake as much people as possible, and hopefully bring them back to their spiritual values, and understand that there is only one Creator, and make them understand that we did not come from a Big Bang. We did not come from evolution. Look at the monkeys. No, the apes. That is our closest, if you wanted, ancestor to us, or family. They kind of, they walk upright sometimes. They got kind of a hand like us, but yet their thumb is placed wrong, so they will never ever be able to do what humans' hands are doing. But yet, those 3% difference there is between us and the chimpanzee is that difference that makes all the difference. That is what makes us what we are. So where is this missing link? There is no missing link. Apes and monkeys are animals. We are humans, created in the image of our Lord. Okay, it is that simple. We did not come from the monkeys or the apes. Why haven't the apes evolved into something else? Because they are apes and they will remain apes for eternity. They are not as us. We are sons of God, children of God, our Creator. Just read what we just said there. This is the Inca. Okay, this is from the Incas. And this is not even the Bible, but look how similar it is. It's the truth. There was a Creator. In the beginning of all things, and Father of the Son. Yeah, He is the Father of the Son because He created the Son, right? He created everything. He spoke and it was there. And then there's Isaiah saying that the earth will reel to and fro like a drunkard, and it will fall over and never rise again. So the question is this a planet, or is it just a bleep or something? Oops. I don't know. but it looks strikingly similar to that picture from the stereo. Let's take the stereo picture and blow it up so you can really see it. There it is. I don't know. It does look like a planet. It does. But if this planet is out here now, then there's something else I don't really follow on. Why are there any planets in this vicinity? They would have been smashed or sucked in or whatever. To me, in some way, this kind of looked like the sun. It looks like a sun. And yet it looks like that other thing we just saw. But that other thing we just saw didn't always look like that. It actually looked like this. Green and blue. So whatever changed, I don't know. Can't explain that. Here I'm totally clueless. I'm leaving this one up to everyone to look at and see what you can find out. Because, yeah, I say it's all a lie, and yet I see something like this, and as soon as I saw this video from YouTube, I recognized what I saw yesterday. What the heck is that? I just saw that yesterday. How can that be? And what is all this noise in this picture? What is all this stuff out here? I don't know. It's just odd. Just odd. It's too odd. But to another thing. This one. If you want my honest opinion, I kind of have a bad feeling about this one. You know the movie Deep Impact, right? It's not that fast, is it? There you go. Here it is. 29th of August. 30. So it won't be long before, I don't know. So at this time here, if this is really what they say it is, okay, if it is, on this day here, on my wife's birthday, 3 days of darkness will begin. If it doesn't start here, you will know it's all a lie. But there's a slight possibility when we come up here, October 28th area, date I've given you. See, we're closing in. October 28th. That's the day something bad is going to happen. You see? Now we're crossing through its tail. But you have to remember one thing: if this is a comet carrying debris with it, when it's here, here we will already be slammed by it. And why is that? Because a comet is pointing its tail away from the sun. Solar wind is blowing it away. So in all this time here, in these few days, we should have a rain of stuff in our atmosphere. Some say it's hydrogen cyanide it contains, the halo, no, the coma of this comet. I don't know. There's a lot of rumors what this is about. And yet here again, we're gonna fly into all the debris it's leaving behind. If this comet is truly something. But it's yet to see what it is. What I just don't understand is its coma is bigger than Jupiter, but we can't freaking see it. We should see it as clear as Jupiter, period. It should be a very bright object on the sky, bigger than Jupiter, seen everywhere on the southern hemisphere. And there should be videos everywhere about a new shining object on the sky. I don't see them. I don't. And on the other hand, anybody can go out with a handy cam and shoot a star and say, look at that, here it is. Because when you do it at night, you have no recollection of what it is you're looking at. Just as well as my Red Planet video, I still don't know what it is. I'm still as, puzzled about it. But, well, it is what it is, but I don't claim what it is. Like they do down there from Australia and New Zealand. They say, oh, look at that, here it is. Like the other video, let me go in and find that one. I think I got it here. I hope I do. I think that one is quite important. So if we go back one, and we go back to my history, I hope, come on, yeah, sometime today. Okay, let me see, I think I got it down here. Here again, regarding holograms. Yeah, I saw something with 9 here today, as you see. I was told to go search something about holograms in the sky. There's something new invention. We have touchable holograms. And I guess it's not here. I guess it's not here. Yeah, it is. Here it is. Here it is. Ta-da. Like that. Let's kill the sound. Here we got a dot in the sky. Now he's zooming in on it. I know what you want this to look like. You want this to look like the horned disc. But I can tell you one thing, this is an airplane. Okay? You see the rainbow colors? That is the condensation from this chemtrail or contrails from this airplane, which is breaking the light in 42 degrees and showing the disc. The airplane is simply just too small to be viewed, but this is an airplane. You would not get these colors if this one was out in space. Not at all. So whatever this dude is thinking it is not. This is an airplane. End of discussion. This is not a Lenin. It is not Nibiru. It is rainbow colors. It is inside our Earth's atmosphere. Period. It looks different. I know. It looks very odd. But this could actually be from a jet plane, not a commercial airliner. But it could actually be from an afterburner. It's a very long tail. But as you see, if you can, here, look at that. Got orange in there, you got orange in there. It fits with the engines. So in principle, this could be the Blackbird airplane, you know, the spy plane. I don't know if they still fly, but that has a real powerful afterburner, extreme powerful. Or this is a military plane we don't know about, which is flying here. And the same goes for that video. This is also an airplane in the sunset, coloring its contrails, that reddish color. And for the uninvited and untrained eye, it would be very, very easy for someone to say, oi, 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 that's Nibiru. Oh, that's the Lenin. It's an airplane, period. Okay? It's an airplane. You see it's sunset, right? It is sunset. That's why the tail up here got the same color. The sun is going down, and this is a freaking airplane. You got to stop it. It is not a comet. Look at that. It's something else. It's inside our Earth's atmosphere. Lenin is not inside our Earth's atmosphere. This could actually, it could be, yeah, what we call a UFO. It got a very bright center. Signs and wonders. Signs and wonders. And you were told that by Jesus. There will be signs and wonders. Right? So we gotta watch out. We don't jump and say, oh, this is what it is. This is a Lenin. But still this is bothering me. What the heck is that? It is all too similar. It is all too similar to that thing there. What we just saw. So right now I have a serious headache. And I'm serious. I'm not kidding you. I got a headache. That's a good sign. That means I got a brain. But doesn't it look too similar? What is this? Is that the planet, as in Melancholia movie, saying the planet have been hiding behind the sun? I don't know. I'm still in the belief that everything which is going on here on planet Earth is man-made. It is to create the illusion that something is going wrong. And when I have showed you on NASA's page this constellation of Project Bluebeam satellites, you've just seen the proof, okay? You don't even have to discuss it. Do you realize how easy it is for them to produce a red planet on the sky? Why they themselves, with technology, Tesla technology, are the ones who's creating the project. And again I say, we should never, and I mean never, underestimate their technology, those that comes from out there, because they are the fallen ones, the sons of God who failed, who went up against him. They are in the group, or they were in the group. They were cast out from heaven. But when they were cast out from heaven, with them they brought the knowledge, the same knowledge almost as God himself. And when we think about that, if they know those secrets, then there's pretty much not anything they cannot create, manufacture, but in their own deranged way, of course. If they want to create an animal, they will make a chimera out of it instead, a lion with a snake tail, because they are morbid and deranged. They're sick in their skulls, all of them. They're not right. The animals we have today, they are beautiful as they are. They don't need to have a snake as a tail, do they? Would you like to see that? Would you like to be bit by one? Ew. No, they are sick and twisted. Wicked, as they call. But they sit on that knowledge. And Tesla, Nikola Tesla, he knew about the electrical universe, which our universe is. It's electric. Even our sun is electric. And it says also in the Bible that there will be darkness for 3 days, right? Who says that anything is gliding in front of the sun and blocking the sunlight for 3 days? Who says that? Well, I did for a while. But what if they are able to either shut off the sun so it won't shine, or they are able, by the blue beam, by the chemtrails, to really simply just shut up all light, make a black screen. You can't see anything, not even the stars. And who says in reality, because perception is reality, right? Smoking Joe Trainer has that as his saying, and that's something you should take to your head, to your heart. Perception is reality. When you look up at the sky, are you absolutely sure that you're looking at a real sky? Are you? Are you absolutely sure that you're looking at a real sun? Because the sun is not as we know it. The sun should be yellow, reddish. It should be white and almost welding your eyes out when you look at it. It feels like you're being burned. Who says that we are looking at reality? A real world. They've been spraying this stuff for 20 years. They have been preparing the great delusion for over 20 years. And what is this big delusion, this strong delusion that God will send men? Could it be a red planet? Oh yeah, it could. He would allow that, because he wants to find out who's his true followers. Those that just fall for the bait, or those who knows, those with eyes to see and ears to hear. Those are the ones he can use, not the rest, because they are in denial, and they have already renounced him, because they believe in the Big Bang. I just showed you, I just told you, and you can go watch Evolution versus Creation on my page, one of my first videos I uploaded, because I think this is very, very important for you to understand. We did not come out of a Big Bang and suddenly in the primordial soup and it cooled down and it solidified and blah blah blah, and animals evolved came out of the water and went to land, and they became monkeys, and suddenly they became humans. Or maybe some of you out there are thinking, maybe that missing link is the Anunnaki. They came down here and then they gene manipulated us into what we are today. Bullshit. No. They came down here and defiled us. They intermingled with us. They made hybrids, half them, half us, and created Nephilim. And they ate everything around them, even humans. It became so unbearable that the angels in heaven heard the humans cry out for help. And then he decided to wipe them out. All of them. So should we really believe in Zachariah Sitchin, which we know is a Freemason? Should we really believe in him? I don't think so. And it is as I say, those people that has influence on other people, if they lie just once, don't ever listen to them again. Because you can never know if they tell you the truth. And again, if you're sitting out there when shit has hit the fan and everybody is running around, frantic attempt to survive, if anyone in your group is a liar, and putting anyone in your group in danger because of a lie, that person must leave the group and be on his own. Do not kill him. Thou shalt not kill. Okay? This is important. Do not do that. But abolish him. Get him out of your group. He is not trustworthy. And this can be very hard to say too, and sound very hard. I don't want anyone dead, but I know a lot of people will die. But if you are a group of 50 people that are trying to survive and you're doing a real good job and you've got a lie in your midst who brings you in danger, don't think about him. Think about yourself. Who cares about him? Because he didn't care about you. Forgive him, but send him away. He can find another place. Just send him away, but forgive him. And love him still. He is your brother and sister. Brother or sister. It's that simple. So is there a Nibiru coming? I still believe it's a lie. I think it's a part of a strong delusion. I think it's them arriving. And I still think they are coming in a spaceship. A giant one. Like the movie Independence Day. Like the movie District 9. Like the movie Skyline. And like the movie Battle Los Angeles. They are all pointing towards a visitation from outside. So if anyone is coming, it's them coming. And they're not coming here to make friends with you. And I don't care what you say. Oh, it's not all of them. Maybe not. Maybe not. But it's difficult to know who's who. Who's your enemy, who's not. And when I think about this figure, about this Nibiru thing, I don't know if I have the picture here. Let's see if you can pull it up. I've got it here somewhere. I think. Yeah, I'm ready to go. Yeah, there it is. Right in front of me. Ta-da. Can't see the forest for trees. Let's zoom on it. Hope it comes in. Like that. You see it got 4 thing here. Magnetic force. Magnetic force. Now I'm going to play a little with my imagination, which I've been doing. This magnetic force, what is it for? Is it because in here in itself is the engine, right? This is what is driving it. The anti-gravity module is sitting in the center, like they're doing in the UFOs. This is what it makes the propulsion system. But what are they? What are they for? If you look at it from a UFO's perspective, UFOs don't got this one on. And if this is a planet-sized thing, these must be immense. Right? So could it be these can seize gravity on Earth for a short period or a longer period, like we see in the movie Knowing in the end, where we see stuff is floating out in space? Or is it like, you know, to create a false rapture, like the movie Skyline, where you see people are being lifted up into midair by an invisible force? They're just being pulled up, taken away. Or is these magnetic force things, are they constructed to suck in debris and create a false tail behind it, to make it look like the story about the Nibiru, the Sumerians and the Anunnaki, the Red Comet? You see, those people who wrote this down back then, They didn't know if this was a real planet or it was a spaceship. They didn't have telescopes to look at them like we do today. We don't know. We just don't know. And when you see that this shield around it, its corpus is made of crystal. That means it's prisms. This one is able to generate whatever color, whatever pattern it chooses. So it can look like something like Jupiter, just glowing red and look very scary. And look at it. It got a hologram beam. For what? Is it to present a false messiah? Or what is it for? What does this symbol mean? I don't know. But back to the Illuminati page, another picture that's also bothering me in this. It bothers me a lot. Let me see if I can find it. I should be able to. This is in German. And suddenly it jumped. I think this is the chat room we're going to. No, that was the other one. That was to Yahoo. Do I have to go outside? Yeah, maybe I do. Yeah, I think I have to go out. Meaning logging out of this. Yeah, there it is. And now we have it there. Okay. Let's take it from the top. Okay, this is telling me about how much resolution the pictures are and da. That's pretty insignificant. And here is the Book of the Dead. I think. No, that here. Yeah, this is very interesting. Here they have all the planets, all the countries on the planet listed. All of them. See that? Every nation. The Germans, Greek. Why is it pointed upside down? The Greek flag don't look like that. It's upside down. Remember, Satan, Lucifer, turns everything upside down. Right? When you see moon pictures, know that they are upside down. This is the Norwegian flag. Let's take Norway. They are part of this. Big time. This is what it says. It ranked as number 105 worldwide, meaning economy. It got 2.8 million. Oh, this is Iceland. It is Iceland. Reykjavik is the capital. It's Iceland. And this is their CNP a year. So you can see they have every single nation listed. I don't know what they use this for. What's the purpose of this listing? But take a, what do you call it, a pinch of salt with this page, because I don't really know for sure. And again, we have the nations lined up. Let's take this one. And we go into another area. And this is a part of the world. This is Best, Egypt, El Salvador. See, that's Estonia, Ethiopia. Different countries. I think this is in alphabetic order. That's what it is. Yeah, it is. It's 14 on each side. Let's go back. Let's take that one. See what that is. There is a certain picture in here. Oh, here they want a code. Certain code. Hey. And what is that? Look at that. Get a little movie. Wow. The zombies are coming. Whoa. It looks like Halloween. This is so childish. Oh gosh. I thought they had more important things to do. Guess not. But as you see, there's a lot of weird planets here. I don't know what they represent, but they don't look like ours. I think I have to go inside again to find that exact picture. So let's do it again. Give me a little patience. That's something I want to show you. Okay. See, it doesn't do anything here. Can't see anything. You could that before. Even when you were inside, it didn't do this. Become transparent. And now I can't freaking remember where I saw it, but let me press on that one and see what it does. There it is. There it is. What the heck is that? That look like planets, doesn't it? And that thing down there, it's kind of remind me of this one standing in the Vatican, inside the sphere. But what is it? What the heck is this? And why this choice of colors? And if you just look at it, you don't pay attention to what really is here. There's actually a saying here, right there. So let's type that saying in. It says AA dash AB dash TA apostrophe A capital M comma AA dash NEM and a dash VEN dash, and what does it say? TA apostrophe again AM. Okay, it's plotted in, and now we open a new tab and then we search for the meaning of this word. I found the word, the meaning of that word, and I clicked on that one, and I think it was, wait a minute, no, it's not that. Stop this blinking. Very confusing. Well, it has something to do with the Freemasons. I just don't remember what it was exactly it said. Yeah, here it is. Pretty sure it is here. Pretty sure. Yeah. The word there says it has something to do with. No, this is different. Here it is. This is the meaning of it. Great is the established master of Freemasonry. Great is the spirit of Freemasonry. That is what it says. And let's see what it says from Wikipedia. Ah. Oh. Ancient Egypt concept of truth. Well, they sure got their own definition of truth, don't they? They keep on lying to us all they can. Gosh, they are so contradicting. You see that? They have all these so-called gods which mean something good. And what are they running around doing? They're running around destroying instead. You see? Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they are doing. It is so clearly that's what he means. They know not what they are doing. They are so engulfed in their greed and their lust for power and more and more and more. God has blinded them because they turned their back against him. And when you turn your back against God, he don't speak to you. He don't want to. Why would he? No, you turn to him. You turn around, called repent, and then you start speaking to him. And if you really mean it from heart, he will speak back to you. Count on that. He speaks to me. He don't always answer. I don't always get what I pray for. But maybe later I will. Maybe not now. Maybe it's not the time. But this is still very strange. Very strange. But there's only one frame of it. Or is this the sun actually, and something went wrong in the Soho camera? And this is really the sun's surface we are watching here, reflected or something. Something just went wrong in this picture. Yet, it looks so strikingly familiar to the other one. Where is it? Doesn't matter. But there's another picture I want to show you. This one. See, this is a little different, isn't it? This is Ezekiel sticking his head out of heaven and into God's kingdom. And everything looks very, very different. So how does really space look like? And what is behind space? We'll find out one day, those who goes up there. But I truly don't understand this picture. If anyone really understands this picture, I will be most happy. Someone will tell me. He's looking into something very, very strange. It looks like there's the Ezekiel wheel is there. This one up here. This is the flight module. This is what can fly. This is also the UFO concept. You see this concept also in the movie The Knowing, when the two children are being picked up. Same principle. Here it looks like the sun is going behind something. Or a sun, some sun, whatever it is. And another thing is visible. And what is it Enoch he's talking about? He's saying that the sun is going through 6 portals, and so is the moon. The sun is going through 6 portals according to the season. Meaning, I hope you can follow. Let me minimize this one because you can probably not see the mouse. Okay, let's just say this is the Earth. So when it's summer, on the northern hemisphere. The sun is going through two portals up here. When it's autumn or spring, autumn here, springtime down here, the sun is moving in this area. And when it becomes summer down on the southern hemisphere, the sun is going through these two portals. And that gives in all 6 portals. I don't understand if you know if you understand what I mean. Even I got a hard time wrapping my mind around that. But there's something that points towards that our universe is not what we've been told. It's very, very different. Or there is really an outer edge. And the elite, as they call them, they know where it is. And they can get there. And that's what they're frantically trying to do. Become like gods. Take over. Because that's what they want. They want to find the God particle through the research in CERN. They believe they have found it. Well, they might have. We don't know for sure. So how is it really, really looking like out there? Do we really have another planet coming in? A second sun? Oh, second sun. The second sun is Saturn. It's not Nibiru. It's not some brown dwarf. The second sun is Saturn. Ra. The black cube. The second sun is Saturn. And that makes me think about the movie 2010. What is happening in that one? They are igniting Saturn and it becomes a sun. So Earth ends up having 2 suns on the sky. Who says that Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune are gas giants? NASA says they are. Are they? How come there's a hexagon shape on the North Pole on Saturn? That's a little unnatural, isn't it? Now that the Saturn is comprised of heavy storms, powerful storms. If those storms were here on planet Earth, we wouldn't be able to live. The same goes for Jupiter. Who says it's that? Who says it's not plasma? We don't know. The universe is electric, right? So who says it's gases? Why couldn't it be plasma? Could very easily be that. Just like our sun, plasma. The sun's atmosphere, the corona of the sun, is plasma. 4th state of matter. And nothing man-made can survive in the 4th state of matter. It will be disintegrated. You will not even see a trace of it. So how come they can be so close to the sun as the pictures I've showed you from Soho, with all these craft buzzing around the sun? They wouldn't be able to be there if it is so hostile, could they? Could the astronauts in reality be out in space if it really is so dangerous with all these X-rays and stuff? I tend to think not, because they are beyond our ozone layer. They are out in space, right? They do have the magnetosphere to protect them somewhat, but they're sitting in a thin-walled aluminum craft. One should think that they would be so bombarded that they would freaking die up there while they're there. but they don't. So what is space really? Now that it is so freaking dangerous, as they say. It might be an inhospitable place to be in. Yeah. I think you need to have a mask and a spacesuit on to walk in space. But yet, how come they are not being killed by being up there? Now it is so important we have our ozone layer to protect us against the sun. Many questions, answers needed. What is space? What are they doing up there? Why is it so important for them to be out there and not down here? Think about it, they know more about space than they know about our own oceans. We only know 3% of our oceans. That's ridiculous. We know nothing about our own planet compared to what we know about what's going on out there. Or they know what's going on out there. Oh yeah, they do. Many questions. If anyone has some good answers, then I'm willing to listen. Definitely. This is a very peculiar picture. Very peculiar. He's crawling into heaven. Very special picture. Another thing I noticed in this picture, there's two pillars in this picture, one on each side, and on top there's dragons. And these dragons kind of look like chimeras. They don't look like anything I've ever seen. And it has something to do with orbit in Latin down there. Urbi et orbi. Many questions. And what is it? The Hopi prophecy talking about the blue star which is crashing to Earth. And later the red Kashina will show up and it will spell disaster. But what are they also saying? They say that their snake brothers will return. Right? The Anunnaki, the fallen, whatever you want to call them. They are returning. So could it be that they're setting us up to, in reality, to go to war against Jesus when he comes back? When our Savior comes back, Satan down here has managed to turn everybody against whatever comes from up there. So we will fight our Savior instead of saluting him and get on our knees and say, welcome. We've been waiting for you for so long. Now we go to war against him. First time he came with the word. This time he's coming with the sword. He's still coming with the word. But he's less merciful. Much less. You, like him, will at any time defend yourself against any oppressor. Therefore, you go up against him, he will snatch you out of the equation. It is a natural thing. This is a very profound picture. I need to look closely on that. That has to be my desktop picture. Gotta find out what all this means. It might just be how our universe look like. It might just be how the entire construct look like. And where they want to go. They want in here, in this area, here. They want in here and rule. Because if they can get in here and rule, they won. But we know they won't win. Because they ain't fighting for a good cause. So they won't have a blessing in what they're doing. So this could be a planet, but looking at it and looking at it and looking at it, this looked like a sunspot. It looked like one of those the sun is producing. One of those swirls. So in reality this could be something went wrong with the Soho camera, and this is in reality the sun we are watching. And it fits pretty good with it looks like got a North Pole here and a South Pole there. So could it be that men are the ones with help of CERN, with the help of the AMS they put up in space, this powerful magnet, and with the help from the sun, because this is very important to them, because they're following it constantly, 24/7. The sun is key. It's all about the sun. It's not about the moon. It's about the sun. It's everything to do with the sun. Men will be scorched by the sun. The sun will not give off its light for 3 days. 3 days of darkness. All the grass will be burned. All the trees will be burned. The sun. Something about the sun. And that one can harm us. And I think if the sun is electric, which I believe it is, they are able to pull a plasma plume towards Earth to create immense devastation. Oh yeah. I think they know what they're doing. No, they don't know what they're doing. Yet they do, if you get my point. They know not what they're doing. And yet they do, in a sinister way. And if you look at these pictures, and just plop it over there instantly, you see, it does look like the sun. Right? Very similar. So that's in reality what I think it is. I think this is Soho that had a technical oops, a software problem, or something went wrong in the transmission from Soho to Earth that made this out of it. And someone from YouTube picked it up and told us that this is the one. I ain't jumping to any conclusions. I'm just very convinced that this Nibiru is that's the big lie. The people will believe in a big lie. Our second sun is Saturn. It has always been. It is the second sun. Ra. The black cube. Someone from YouTube told me about that in the meditation room in the UN. In the middle of that room they have a black cube. That's Saturn. And not to say anything wrong about Islam, We all brothers and sisters. But that thing they're running around every year in Mecca is the black cube, Saturn. So in reality what they're worshipping is something not good, and they don't know it. They just don't know it. So what is so special about their flag, the moon and the star? What is that about? That's a symbol of some kind. It relates to the moon, the mother, as they call it. And what is the star? Is that Saturn? Or our sun? One thing is for sure, that thing they're running around, millions of people, every year in Mecca, is a representation of Saturn. No more, no less. And that stone they're kissing, that stone don't come from Earth. Where did it come from? One of Saturn's moons? Could be. Or from the moon. Could be. But it's brought here a long time ago. Long time ago. But that thing in Mecca is the representation of Saturn. And then there's another picture that really bothers me. And that is this one. That really bothers me. This is Rothschild. All of it. And you can see all of them is on here. Really bothers me, this picture. It has all the religions on it. All of them. And if you talk about the winged disc, what is the closest that comes to a winged disc? That's freaking Saturn. Wake up. It looks like a disc with rings, right? Yeah, it does. And many of these symbols you see here represent the black sun. I know for a fact that this one is the black sun. This is the black sun. I don't know why PhotoHelix choose to have this as his profile picture. Change it, please. This is also a representation of the black sun. I guess this one is too. That one I'm sure of is. That one too. This one Hitler turned 45 degrees and used for his occult machine. But this symbol has been around long before anyone thought about him. Let's say thousands of years before him. This is also the black sun. Maybe this is the black sun too. This one, well, it is the Star of David, right? Someone is telling me this is a pagan symbol. And it has nothing to do with the Star of David. I'm not sure I'm going to buy into that. And here we have a representation again, the winged disc. You don't see the disc, it's inside this thing. This is Japan. Buddhism, Zen Buddhism. And when we talk about Buddhism, you're supposed to give away all your earthly possessions and only be in a spiritual realm through meditation by not having anything to do with women, which you are supposed to by God. Multiply and replenish the earth. But what do we see around these Buddhist temples everywhere? They are dressing themselves in gold, magnificent statues in solid gold. Wasn't it the intention to give away all your earthly possessions and only focus on one thing, and that is meditation and your spirituality? You see the oxymoron in that? They have so much gold you won't believe it. And according to story, Hitler went to Tibet and he was told by those that where he could find this technology was on the White Island, Antarctica. And what did they do? They went there. They found something. And the so-called world elite has been on the South Pole ever since. Because there's so much stuff on the South Pole. According to the Indian mythology, an awesome enemy was living on that white island. At that time it was not a white island, but now it is. Meaning we had a pole shift before. But this enemy was undefeatable. And then something happened that saved them. Pole shift. So there is technology on the South Pole which needs to be dug out of the ice. They probably already did it. And still searching for more. But what is the South Pole telescope for? Is it to monitor the arrival of Christ? So they know exactly when to fight him, go up against him. I find that more as a possibility than they're looking for some elusive Planet X. The evidence, can easily be planted. You and I have no clue, have no way of proving that there is a Planet X. Because all we know is from what they told us, what someone told us. Someone we believe are in the inner circle that knows something. And then we have the whistleblowers and the whistleblowers and the whistleblowers. Who says they are not just disinfo agents? Again to create distraction. Again to take us away from what is really there. And that is the problem is here on Earth. We have serious trouble here on Earth. We got earthquakes in various places, right? We got volcanoes popping up everywhere. We got land sinking into the ocean as we speak. We got 42 wars going on planet Earth right now. We got 1 million people on starvation, and over 1 billion on starvation. We can't even take care of our own. We are all too busy getting the job, paying the bills, go home and watch TV, recharge and go up next morning and be a slave to the system. That is our only focus. They really perfected all this all through the ages. We are complete slaves to them until we break out of it. And the Bible don't say we are. Far from it. The apostasy from the church for the last 2,000 years is staggering. Staggering. And now we have a religion which is the largest religion on earth right now, that is Islam. And religion which is created by the Vatican in the year 22 AD. Don't you see a problem with that? How come that can be so? The Torah scrolls were written long before that. Dead Sea Scrolls too, long before that. I'm talking thousands of years, okay? Not just a little century. And now that religion is the largest one, and they're freaking running around a black cube and kissing some fallen rock. According to story, Muhammad was suicidal. He was not himself after his so-called visitation of the angel Gabriel. I can assure you one thing, if Gabriel he went to Muhammad and told him some things, Muhammad would look like Moses when he came back. Grey, shiny, and full of experience beyond belief, positive. But not according to the people around him. The man wanted to commit suicide. He had 9 wives. Thou shalt not commit adultery. But he had 9 wives. He went to war and killed and killed and killed. And he even had slaves. In every sense he violated all the 10 commandments. Written down long before. Long before. You know, the problem is the division between the Arabs and the Jews was the Isaac and Ishmael incident. Ishmael failed in God's eyes. And from that moment on, Ishmael's hand and his descendants would be against everybody. And everybody's hand would be against them. And that's the problem we have now. That big misunderstanding in the story told about this. Big misunderstanding. And what you're looking at now has perfected that misunderstanding and created that division or that segregation between our brothers and sisters. Methodically. It worked. And many people think, oh, I really hate these Rothschilds. I really hate these Jews. Let me tell you one thing. Rothschild is not a Jew. He never was. He will never be. His family comes from Armenia. It's an Arab country. Get that right. If you don't believe me, go Google it. He is not Jew. He was never Jew, and no one in his family back in the time was Jewish. They were all Arabs. Period. But many of these people, which sits with influence, take upon them Jewish names. And why are they doing that? To make you hate every aspect of being Jew. So you can go up against them and fight them. And where is everybody's guns pointed towards right now? Through the influence of this dynasty of Rothschild. Towards Israel. Israel is not innocent. Not at all. They're just like the Gentiles. They will be judged and sentenced, just like us. They are wicked themselves. They have pornography, prostitution, murders, rapes, adultery, all kinds of things in their own nature. They won't be a near miss in that regard. They will have the same situation as us. But those amongst them who really truly believe that Jesus is our Christ and our Savior, they will be fine, but not the rest. They will be just like you and me, running for cover. But every gun on this planet is beginning to point towards Israel. And war is coming. Pretty much soon. Next month. Maybe October. Let's see about that. But it's going to be after their holidays. They ain't going to disturb their holidays for that. They wait. Because that's pretty much it. See a lot of symbols here. A lot of it. And you see a chimera there. Right there. A lion with snake tails. Phoenix. This is not an eagle. It never was an eagle. It's a phoenix. Phoenix. Lion. Another chimera. Another chimera here. Here too. They're all there. And then there's someone out on YouTube who's saying to me that I should do this and I should do that. Let me tell you one thing. The way I am being led by my Lord has nothing to do with what you think and your opinions. You are being led by your Lord in your manner, with your relationship to Jesus Christ. I'm being led differently than you are. I'm being led to do my work my way, by supervision. But I'm not being told by someone out there that I'm doing it wrong. That's not between you and me. That's between me and my Savior. So please don't ever again come and tell me what I need to do. Everybody on YouTube know who I believe in. And I make that very, very clear. And again, I can only lead people to the water. I can't force them to drink. And I don't want to. But I will love to lift some of those veils for them and make them hopefully see some truth. And from that moment on, every decision they make is their own. Which way do they want to go? That's not my decision. Not at all. We have free will. But I'm letting everybody know who I believe in. And I don't care if you think it's a fairy tale. No, I take it serious. I take it very serious. There are some people that sit and quote the Bible all the time and read up from the Bible all the time. Fine. Let them do that. And let's listen to that. Yes. But I have another way of presenting my stuff. My truth. His truth. Through me. And I'm not lying to you. I would never degrade myself and put you in any kind of jeopardy like that by lying to you. Telling you there is something in the air that creates this weather, which is also a lie. Harp rings is not harp rings. It is when the Doppler radar is being fine-tuned into the weather system. It makes a blimp Get that right, .sense. I told you before, I can tell you again, and I can prove it again. I don't want to discuss it. Your harp rings is bullshit. You better get off it. I'm tired of it. It is a lie. And he don't want to pick up the phone, meaning he is too self-centered. He don't want to go with me to create a lot of CDs and warn people about imminent danger on the New Madrid line. Nope. We're too busy looking for harp rings. We're too busy to get world famous, get on TV. Screw TV. In a few months you won't watch TV anyway. And your money is worthless. So why don't you come back to the plate and do what you're supposed to do? Be a human being and warn people if you have so much insight. That's where I stand. So no, I won't call you again. No. I'll give you a call when you repent, come back and admit you were lying about your harp rings. I had a radar expert behind me and he was laughing. What the heck? This is just a Doppler radar tuning into the weather. They always ramp up their Doppler radars when a weather system comes in, so they get a much clearer picture of how the clouds and the pressures are, how it looks like up in the sky. They have a 3D image of it. And when they ramp up the system, they create that 3D image of that sky they're watching. And then they can see how the storm is developing. It has nothing to do with harp rings. Period. Stop it. Just go read some basic radar theory. Go on Wikipedia and read about it. Read about radar technology, especially Doppler. Then you will know who's lying and who's telling the truth. I'm disappointed. But no, you see, money is more important. Money is so important that reputation doesn't matter. Well, rather have some talk about you than nothing. That's true. I am just disappointed. But I still urge you out there, burn 10 CDs each. Those who can afford it, those who have a burner, burn those videos about the New Madrid earthquake, those I made a video about. Yeah, you can even put .sense's video on it, as I said, because there was an earthquake in the vicinity of the salt dome, and I explained to you how dangerous that situation is. And let me see if I can find it. Let me hope I can find it, because that's very important. Very, very important to know. Let's hope it's in here. Truly hope it's in here. Be most happy if it is. Oh, I hate sometimes Windows. It was not here. Darn! Come on! Is it a new folder? I actually had a picture of something which I found was very important to show you. Oh, I got it there. Oh, thank goodness. Voila, there it is. Now, watch carefully. I have said this so many times. I've been saying this ever since the Gulf oil spill began. We are now on the second year of that disaster. This is a giant brine pool. This is salt. Solid salt. All of it. Right there was Deepwater Horizon. Right there is a 50-mile wide salt dome which they have compromised. when this salt dome collapses, this will collapse. All of this. And anything there in this green area and in here too will be underwater. If you live there, get out of there. And time is short. If the earthquake, as Judge Sins was talking about, happened around the salt dome, which happened in February, and we're talking, and I don't even know. This is not gonna come with a warning, okay? It's gonna say boom, and it's done. It's gonna fall apart in a heartbeat. We are talking billions of tons pressing on top of something which is falling apart. What do you think is gonna happen to it? It's gonna collapse. Implosion. This is serious stuff. Extreme serious. And the earthquake might start down here. This is the start shot. And the rest will follow, because of they've already put in all the oil into the fault line by what I've showed you. Let me show you that picture again. Look at that. That's what they did. They have lubricated the fault line. They have fractured the shale, the limestone, which is reality just compacted sand. How strong do you think that is? Ridiculous not strong. See, what do you think is going to happen? All this, all the way down, is going to break and snap off. Because it's sandstone. It's sand pressed together over millions, millions, whatever, over a long time, very long time. It will never be fully solid like granite, which was created in an instant, and it was there, solid. This is not solid. This is brittle. And when that salt brine underneath here, in the bottom here, when that collapses because of the washout here, everything up here is gonna cave in and fill out that void which is below it. A natural sequence. You can call it a sinkhole. But this is not just a sinkhole, is it? No, it's not. We are talking about maybe 1/6 of the North American continent. This is big, this brine pool. This is a very, very big salt deposit. Extreme big. It's gonna collapse. And you don't live there. If you do, you learn to swim fast. Get out of there. They might use 11. They might use 9/11 to set this off. They just had a test run with the hurricane, how to manage people, to see how it works, how to see people react to disaster. People taking it quite calm. So when a bigger disaster comes, you're more conditioned, and you will more or less just, okay, well, it is, well, with tears in your eyes over the sheer death of people, you will definitely receive help. Any help. And you will stay kind of calm. You won't go out and panic. They already tested you. They're testing you and testing you and testing you and testing you, your reaction patterns. And honestly, what I see, I don't see any reaction. You're too calm. Warning people about this imminent disaster should go like a forest fire. It should, but it don't. You need to burn these CDs. Put them in people's windscreens. Put them in their mailboxes. Just ask them to watch it once and give it on to their neighbors or whatever. Family, neighbor. Burn 10 more, whatever. Warn people. Get at least 200 miles away from the New Madrid line, east or west. All the way up. It will go so fast, you will have no time to react. The water will come with 60 to 80 miles an hour rushing towards you. You can't escape in a car. That's not possible. You have to fly. And you don't have a helicopter. So you're screwed if you're there. I'm serious. You need to get out. They might just use Elenin on the 9/11 to take out the Midwest. To make sure it's done. To make sure they can bring in a complete police state America. Or it could be they detonate a nuclear device in New York City to put a permanent lockdown on America. And people know this. No one will know the truth outside America. No one. Who sits on the news media? Rothschild. All of it. And your weather stations too. All of it. Do you think Europe is gonna know what's being done to you over here? Think again. They won't have a clue of the genocide going on here. You better start rattling. You better start beating the drums so you can be heard. God bless you.